If the grid goes down tonight, there are 5 Walmart items that will vanish in the first 6 hours, and most people will waste that window grabbing the wrong junk. I'm going to show you the one item sitting in the cleaning aisle that can do *3 different survival jobs, but only if you buy the right version. And 3 is something you already have at home right now, but you've probably been using the weak version your whole life. And the one former Rangers think about before a flashy bug-out bag? It folds flat, costs under $17, and solves the problem that gets families in trouble by day 2. Here's the truth. In a real panic buy, the first losers are the guys who shop like it's a camping trip. They grab beef jerky, batteries, and some survival toy from sporting goods, then realize they forgot the boring stuff that keeps a house alive. If you miss this list, you'll be that guy standing in the Walmart parking lot at 3 a.m. with a cart full of calories and no real plan. 5 gives you control over water. 3 fixes sanitation. 1 is the item most people buy wrong, and buying the wrong one can leave you worse off than buying none at all. Stay with me, because when I get to 1, you'll see why the plain-looking bottle beats a lot of tactical gear people brag about online. 5. Most people run straight to bottled water. That aisle gets stripped fast. Former Rangers think one step ahead. They don't just think water. They think movement, storage, refill, control. The item is the Ozark Trail 5-gallon collapsible water carrier. Current online price, $16.96. It sits there folded up, flat, quiet, boring, which is exactly why panic buyers ignore it until it's gone. You already know bottled water disappears first, but the real problem starts right after that. You still need a way to collect, store, and move water from wherever you can get it. Bathtub Reserve, Rain Catch, Neighbor's Spigot, Water Buffalo, Church Distribution Point, whatever's left. CDC says to store at least 1 gallon per person per day for 3 days, and preferably more. That means the fight is not just over bottles, it's over capacity. This one cheap carrier gives you 5 gallons in one grab without burning shelf space before the crisis. That's Ranger logic right there. Not comfort, not optics, capacity. A flashy bug-out bag means nothing if you can't move water from point A to point B. Bottles are convenience, containers are strategy. And when everyone else is stacking cases in the cart, you're quietly grabbing the thing that still matters after those cases are empty. Let that sink in. The first item on this list isn't food, and it isn't a weapon. It's a folded plastic container most people walk right past. And once you can move water, the next problem hits fast. Darkness, not cozy power outage darkness. I'm talking breaker panel, hallway, busted glass, no streetlight darkness. And that's where 4 separates people who can function from people who just own gear. 4. A handheld flashlight sounds fine, until one hand is carrying water, the other is moving debris, and you're trying not to eat concrete in your own garage. Ozark Trail LED 100 lumens headlamp, blue, with *3 AAA batteries included. Current online price, $544, $5 and change. That's it. Ready.gov and the Red Cross both push flashlights and extra batteries for a reason. But a headlamp beats a flashlight the second real work starts. You need both hands to shut off gas, check on a spouse, clear a hallway, tape plastic over a broken window, or get into the attic without breaking your neck. This isn't about looking cool. It's about keeping your hands free when your heart rate jumps and your house turns into an obstacle course. Military guys learn this early. If your light takes a hand, it takes options. And options are what keep you from making dumb mistakes under pressure. A headlamp lets you work, not just look. Picture this. It's 2:11 a.m. powers out, fridge warming up, dog losing its mind. Your wife hears glass somewhere near the back door. If all you've got is one flashlight, now you're juggling light, phone, and nerves. With a headlamp, you move like a man with a plan. And wait until you see 3, because this is the item almost everybody says they already have, right before the cheap version rips open at the worst possible time. Light keeps you working. But 3 keeps your house from turning filthy, wet, and unmanageable in a hurry. 3, you already own trash bags. That's not the point. The point is you probably own the wrong kind. The real grab is hefty, heavy-duty Contractor extra large trash bags, 55-gallon, 16-counter. Current online price, $13-20, not kitchen bags, not flimsy drawstrings. Contractor bags. This is where civilians get caught acting comfortable. Kitchen bags are for Tuesday night leftovers. Contractor bags are for ugly reality. Ready.gov specifically includes * garbage bags and plastic ties for personal sanitation in a disaster kit. And Oregon State's disaster sanitation guidance gets even more blunt. Heavy-duty *35 ml bags, what most people call contractor bags, are what you line an emergency toilet with when the plumbing stops being your friend. This is the item from the opening you've probably been using wrong your whole life. People think trash bag is one category. It's not. One tears when it meets wet debris, busted shingles, or human waste. The other becomes a toilet liner, poncho, pack liner, rain catch, blackout cover, dirty laundry bag, or emergency ground sheet. That's why hard-use guys respect boring gear. They want one item that does 6 jobs when the house goes sideways. So, yes, this was the thing you already had, but wrong. And look, nobody likes talking about sanitation. But that's exactly why people screw it up. Hunger is miserable. Darkness is stressful. Sanitation gets dangerous. Fast. Remember, when the grid drops, the first 6 hours are about buying what solves multiple failures at once. And the next item does exactly that, because a tiny hand injury in a real emergency can snowball into a serious problem when clinics are packed and roads are a mess. Which brings us to 2. The item most men treat like an afterthought right up until they need their hands to save the day. You can be stocked on food, water, and power. None of that matters if your hands get torn up on day 1. Hyper-tough leather palm glove, large multi-use work glove. Current online price $5, hardware aisle, hidden in plain sight. The Red Cross specifically lists work gloves in a survival kit for certain disaster conditions. That makes sense the second you think about what actually happens after a storm, fire, or grid event. Broken glass, splintered wood, jagged metal, wet extension cords, hot engine parts, fuel cans, fencing, roofing nails, generator frames. Your hands are your tools, and when medical help is slow, a small cut turns into swelling, infection, or a hand you can't grip with. That's the kind of low-drama thinking you see in military culture. Not glamour. Preservation. Keep your hands working, and you keep your options. Lose your hands, even partly, and every chore gets slower, louder, and riskier. Imagine clearing branches off your driveway in the dark after a storm. You're tired. You're rushing. You grab one half-buried piece of sheet metal the wrong way. Now your palm's open, you're leaking, and the nearest urgent care has a line out the door. That $5 pair of gloves just became a whole lot more expensive to skip. And now we get to the item I warned you about in the first 15 seconds. The one in the cleaning aisle. The one most people buy wrong. The one that can handle sanitation, water, and container prep, if you know exactly what you're looking for. This is going to sound backwards. But stay with me, because asterisk is boring, cheap, and more useful than half the expensive prepper junk sold online. The most important Walmart item in the first 6 hours is not in sporting goods. It's not in the ammo aisle next to the freeze-dried meals. It's * plain regular unscented bleach. Example, * great value bleach, 81 Lows listed at $4 online. Not scented. Not color safe. Not splashless with extra cleaners. Not lavender. Not meadow fresh. * regular unscented chlorine bleach only. This is why it matters. EPA says in an emergency you can use * regular unscented chlorine bleach for water disinfection, but specifically warns not to use scented, color-safe, or bleach with added cleaners. CDC also says to keep a bottle of * unscented liquid household chlorine bleach on hand for disinfecting water if needed and for general cleaning and sanitizing. That means one cheap bottle can help you sanitize surfaces, disinfect emergency water when appropriate, and prep storage containers. That is a savage amount of utility for under $5. And here's the trap. In a real panic, the shelf may still have bleach on it, but it's the wrong bleach. Pretty label, fresh scent, low splash, additives, looks useful, feels useful. But if you need water disinfection, that wrong bottle can turn into dead weight. That's why this item shocks people. It's not hard to find. It's hard to buy * correctly under pressure. So this is the payoff from the opening. The cheap item in the cleaning aisle that beats expensive gear is not sexy at all. It's a plain bottle of bleach. * if and only if it's the right kind. That's the whole game in a crisis. Not buying more, buying smarter. And there's asterisk. One more thing nobody talks about if you can't find the obvious hydration stuff. Look for asterisk electrolyte packets. Walmart listings show cheap options like asterisk great value electrolyte mixed berries liquid drink mix for $19 and more robust options like asterisk Pedialyte electrolyte powder around $8.87. Why does this matter? Because fatigue and dehydration wreck judgment before people realize what's happening. CDC guidance for diarrheal illness after disasters specifically says to stay hydrated with asterisk safe water or oral rehydration solution. That's not tactical, that's survival. Walmart Great Value Electrolyte Mixed Berries Drink Mix http://w.mart.com Great Value Electrolyte Mixed Berries Liquid Drink Mix Sugar Free 0850s 10 count 225235157 Walmart Electrolyte Packs https www.mart.com ckp electrolyte/www.cc.gov water emergent safety.x.html. So read the whole list back in your mind. Asterisk water carrier, headlamp, contractor bags, work gloves, unscented bleach, and the bonus move is electrolytes. Not glamorous, not Instagram bait. But if shelves start thinning tonight, these are the kinds of items that quietly disappear while everybody else stampedes toward the obvious stuff. And in my next video, I'm breaking down the 3 states where veterans are actually relocating to right now, and why most Americans have never even heard of 2.